I've sent for Reverend John Hale of Beverly. Maybe you could find the problem with my daughter. And perhaps maybe this wouldn't have happened if it weren't for you. I would know what you were doing in those woods.
I'm telling you, Reverend, dancing is all it were. No spells were cast, and I shall no longer see the light of God if it weren't.
First you bring the grotesque nature of your sins into my place of residence, my home, then you dare lie to me about it.
It were only sport, Uncle.
I saw with my own eyes Tituba waving her arms over that fire when I came upon you. What was that all about?
She always signs her Barbados songs and we dance.
I cannot blink what I saw, Abigail, for my enemies will not blink it. And I thought I saw...
Your eyes mistaken you, Uncle. It were nothing more than dancing. If you saw it, surely you know.
I saw it, and I know what I saw. Your lies are putting my ministry at stake, Abigail. Whatever abomination you've done, tell about it before I find out myself.
There is nothing more. I swear it, Uncle.
Abigail, there is not any other reason besides what you've told me for why the practice discharged you.
They want slaves, not such as I.
Good morning, Gertie Putman.
How high did she fly, Reverend?
No, she never flew, she.
Why, sure she did. Mr. Collins saw her going over Ingersoll's barn and come down light as a bird, he says.
Now understand, she never flew, she. Oh, good morning, Mr. Putman.
Ruth is sick too.
Oh, is she?
The devil's touch is more than sick. It's death, forked and hooved.
How does she ail?
As she must, but her eyes stay open.
I fear that there may be witchcraft involved with the ailment of these children, and as such I have sent for Reverend Hale of Beverly. Just as a precaution, please do not be accusing her condition of assaulted witchcraft.
Now, I have taken your part in all contention here, and I would continue, but cannot if you hold back in this. There are hurtful, vengeful spirits laying hands on these children.
Reverend Paris, I have had 7 babies, each of which would wither away in my arms the very night of their birth. And now my dear Ruth has fallen strange. I thought I might send her to Tituba.
Tituba? What made Tituba?
Tituba can speak to the dead, Mr. Paris.
You know it is a formidable sin to conjure up the dead.
My babies were murdered, Mr. Paris. Who else may tell me who did it? And mark this proof. Mark it. Last night my Ruth were ever so close to their little spirits. I know it, sir. For how else is she struck dumb now except for some power of darkness would stop her mouth? It is a marvelous sign, Mr. Paris.
Sir, don't you understand? There is a murmuring witch among us.
Then you were conjuring spirits.
There you have it. Reverend, there be witchcraft in your house.
Excuse me, I only thought to check on Betty. Ruth is better and her grandma come.
Thomas, please, leave now.
Sir, let you strike out against the devil and the village will bless you. Come pray with them. Surely, you'll pray with them.
Aye, if she starts the window, cry for me at once.
Now look, you. If they be questioning us, tell them we danced. I told him as much already.
And what more?
He saw you naked.
Oh, Jesus.
I just come from the farm. The whole country's talking witchcraft. They'll be calling us witches, Abby. Abby, we've got to tell. Witchery's a hanging era. A hanging like they've done in Boston 2 years ago. We must tell the truth, Abby.
Betty? Wake up now. It's Abigail. I'll beat you, Betty. My, you seem to be improving. I talked to your papa and I told him everything, so there's nothing to...
You drank blood, Abby, you drank blood.
Betty, that is not true. You will never say...
You did. You drank a charm to kill John Proctor's wife. You drank a charm to kill Goody Proctor.
Shut it, now shut it! Now look, we danced, and Tituba conjured Ruth Putnam's dead sisters. That's it. And mark this. Let either of you breathe a word, or edge of a word about other things. I will come to you in the black of a terrible night, and I will bring a pointy reckoning that will shudder you. And you know I can do it. I can make you wish you have never seen the sun go down.
Mary Warren, are you foolish or deaf? I forbid you leave the house. Get home now. My wife is waiting with work for you.
I best be going to watch Ruth. Good morning, Mr. Proctor.
So, the town's mumbling witchcraft.
Posh, we were dancing and my uncle leaped in. She took fright is all.
Dancing by moonlight.
John, I'm waiting for you every night.
Abby, you'll put it out of mind. I'll not be coming for you more. You know me better.
I know how you clutch my back behind your house and sweated like a stallion whenever I come near. I saw your face when she put me out, and you loved me then, and you do now.
Abby, I may think of you softly from time to time, but I will cut off my hand before I'll ever reach for you again. Wipe it out of mind. We never touched, Abby.
Oh, I marvel how such a strong man may let such a sickly wife be.
You'll speak nothing of Elizabeth. I don't care what you say other. Do you look for whipping?
You loved me, John Proctor, and whatever sin it is, you love me yet. John, pity me. Pity me for the love of the Lord, please.
By the devil's work, what happened? What are you doing to her? Betty!
Pray, calm yourselves. I have 11 children, and I'm 26 times a grandma, and I have seen them all through their silly seasons. And when it come on them, they'll run the devil, Barlick keeping up with their mischief. I think she'll wake when she tires of it. This is no silly reason, Rebecca. My Ruth cannot eat. Just childish things. Perhaps she isn't hungry. Mr. Paris, I hope you don't go searching for loose spirits.
Then what is he coming to look for? Dying children?
Calm it, John. Mr. Paris, I think you ought to send Reverend Hale back to the way he came.
I do not preach for children, because it is not they who are unmindful of the church. My contract says I be supplied with all my firewood. I have been waiting since November for even a stick.
You are allowed 6 pounds a year to buy wood, Mr. Paris.
60 plus 6 for firewood. Anyways, I have crop to sow and lumber to drag home. Come on, Giles.
If the devil is in her, you may witness some frightful wonders in this room. Now, Betty dear will sit up. Can you hear me? I am John Hale. I've come to help you. Does something afflict you, child? Perhaps it is a bird or a beast. What sort of dancing were you doing, Abigail?
Common dancing is all. But then around the kettle, Tituba started calling the devil.
I should like to speak to her. What did she say?
I don't know. She spoke Barbados. She made me do it. She made Betty do it. She makes me drink blood.
Abby.
Blood!
It was chicken's blood.
Woman, have you enlisted these children with the devil?
No, sir, I have no business with the devil.
She sent her spirit at me at church. She made me laugh in church.
You beg me to conjure? You beg me to charm? Why are you saying these things, Abby?
I see her singing Barbados songs and trying to tempt me.
Reverend, I would never.
Tituba, I want you to wake this child.
I have no power to wake this child.
You will confess now, Tituba, or I will take you out and whip you to death. This woman must be hanged.
Oh, Mr. Reverend, I do believe it is another bewitching his children.
Who?
Good Christian women. Goody Osborne.
I want to open myself to God as well. I saw Sarah good with the devil. Goody Osborne with the devil, Bridget Bishop with the devil.
I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Goody Howe with the devil.
I saw George Jacobs with the devil. I saw Goody Owl with the devil.
Glory to God! It is broken! They are free!
I saw Martha Bellows with the devil.
I saw Goody Sibber with the devil.
The marshal! I will call the marshal.
John, what keeps you out so late? It's almost dark.
We're planting far out to the forest edge. The farm is seated. The boys asleep?
Soon. You know, you came so late, I thought you'd gone to Salem this afternoon.
But I haven't any business in Salem.
You had talked of going earlier this week. Perhaps you thought better of it? Also, Mary Warren went there today.
Why'd you let her? You know I forbid her go to Salem. Why, she's mad.
Aye, but she demands and disobeys. She spoke of being an official of the court, and it is a proper court they have now. They've sent 4 judges from Boston, she says, weighty magistrates from the general court, and at its head sits the deputy governor of the...
Why, she's mad.
I would to God she were. There be 14 people in the jail now, she says. They'll all be tried, and the court may have them hung, too.
They'd never hang.
The deputy governor promised hanging if they'll not confess, John. The town's gone wild, I think. Mary Warren speak of Abigail, though she were a saint. She brings the other girls into the court, and where she walks the crumbled part like a sea for Israel. And folks are brought before them, and if Abigail scream and howl and fall to the floor, the person's clapped in the jail for bewitching her. John, I think it's better you go to Salem. You must tell them it is a fraud. Let you go to Ezekiel Cheever. He knows you well. And tell him what she told you last week at her uncle's house. She said it had naught to do with witchcraft.
Aye, she did.
God forbid you keep that from the court, John. I think they must be told. I would go to Salem now, John. Let you go tonight.
I'll think on it.
You cannot keep it, John.
I know I cannot keep it. I said I'll think on it.
Good, then. I'll let you think on it.
I'm only wondering how I may prove what she told me, Elizabeth. If the girl's a saint now, I think it not easy to prove she's fraud. She told it to me in a room alone. I have no proof for it.
You were alone with her?
For a moment, everybody else come in soon after. You doubt me?
I see what I see, John.
I won't have her judging anymore, Elizabeth. I have good reason to think before I charge Abigail, and so I will think. Look to your own faults before you scold others.
Oh, she wants me dead, John. I knew all week it would come to this.
They dismissed it. You heard her say.
And what of tomorrow?
Sit you down.
John, with so many in the jail, more than needed now, I think you should favor me with this. Go speak to Abigail.
What could I possibly have to say to Abigail?
John, I'm sure she does, and thinks to kill me, then to take my place. There be 1,000 names that she calls mine. She thinks to take my place, John.
She cannot think it.
Have you ever shown contempt, John? I think she sees meaning in your blush. She's a whore, John.
I may blush for my sin.
Then go and tell her. Break whatever promise she sees in you.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Hale. Come on in. What can I do you for?
I have some business to discuss with you, but I have some further traveling to do, so let's make it quick. I cover my own, not on the court's authority, whether you're aware or not. Your wife's name be mentioned in the court. There's too much evidence to deny the powers of the dark are among our village. You will agree, sir?
Be it so.
Hey, in the record of Mr. Paris, you are rarely in the church of Sabbath day. Only 26 time in 7 months, Mr. Proctor.
But my wife were sick all this winter, Mr. Hale. I surely prayed in this house when I couldn't attend.
Tell me, you have 3 children?
Aye.
Tell me now, Mr. Proctor, why only 2 of your 3 children are baptized?
I like it not that Mr. Paris should lay his hand upon my baby. I don't see God in that man.
There is a softness on your record, sir.
Aye, but you cannot think we ever desired the destruction of religion. We never loved the devil here.
Do you know your commandments, Elizabeth?
I do. I am a covenanted Christian woman.
And you, mister?
I surely do, sir.
Let you repeat them, if you will.
The commandments?
Aye.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's goods, nor make unto thee any graven image. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord in vain. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt remember the Sabbath day, and keep it holy. Thou shalt honor the father and mother. Thou shalt not bear false witnesses. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image.
You have said that twice, sir.
Adultery, John.
Sir, between the two of us, we do know them all. It's a small fault of mine.
Your religion is a fortress, and no crack in a fortress is regarded small.
It not matter, Reverend. There be no love for Satan in this house.
I pray it dearly. Well then, I bid you good night.
You must tell him, John.
What's that?
I have no witness and cannot prove it, except my word be taken. But I know the children's sickness had naught to do with witchcraft.
Naught to do?
They were discovered by Mr. Paris, sporting in the woods. They were startled and took sick.
Who told you this?
Abigail Williams.
Why? Why do you keep this?
I never knew until tonight that everybody's gone crazy with thought of witchcraft.
Nonsense! Mister, I have myself examined Tituba, Sarah Good, and numerous others that have confessed to dealing with the devil. They have confessed to it.
There are them that will swear to anything before they'll hang. Have you never thought of that?
I have. I have indeed. And you? Would you testify this to the court?
I hadn't thought of it, but if I must, I will.
I think you falter, Mr. Proctor. I
falter nothing, but I wonder if my story will be credible in the
Proctor,
court.
Be open with me now. I have heard some troubling words, that you not believe witches may exist. Is that true, sir?
I have no knowledge of them. The Bible says it's true, and I will not deny them.
And you, woman?
I cannot believe it.
What?
I don't think the devil can own a woman's soul, Mr. Hale, when she keeps upright with her religion.
You surely don't fly against the gospel.
She doesn't mean to doubt the gospel, sir. This is a good Christian house.
God keep you both. Let the third child be quickly baptized, and go you without fail each Sunday into Sabbath prayer. I think...
John!
Giles!
They take my wife and Rebecca, nurse.
Rebecca's in the jail.
Reverend Hale, can you not speak to the deputy governor? I'm sure he mistakes these people. My wife is the very brick and mortar of the church, Mr. Hale, and Martha Corey, there cannot be a woman closer yet to God than Martha.
How is Rebecca charged, Mr. Nurse?
For the Goody murder of Goody Putnam's babies?
How may such a woman murder children?
I never said my wife were a witch, Mr. Hale. I only said she was reading books.
Mr. Corey, exactly what complaint were made on your wife?
That bloody monogrel Walcott charged her. You see, he buy a pig off my wife some years ago and didn't have the wit to feed it. It died and he come dancing for his money back. And apparently he can't keep no pig living for more than 4 weeks. Says she laid a curse upon him.
Good evening. Good evening to you, John Proctor.
Hi, Mr. Cheever. I hope you don't come on behalf of the court.
I do, Proctor. I'm a clerk of the court now, you know? I have a warrant for your wife. Why, Abigail Williams charged her.
Abigail Williams? On what proof? What proof?
Mr. Proctor, I have little time. The court bid me search your house, but I not to search a house. So will you hand me any puppets that your wife may keep here?
Puppets? I never kept any puppets. Not since I was a girl.
I see a puppet right there. Goody Proctor.
Oh! Why, this is Mary's!
Now, woman, will you please come with me?
She will not. Fetch Mary here.
What signifies a puppet, Mr. Cheever?
They say it may. Why?
What's there?
Why? A needle! The girl, The William girl, Abigail Williams, sir. She fell to the floor one night through the puppet. A needle stabs her. She testified over your wife's spirit that put it there.
Why, she done it herself. I hope you're not taking this for proof, Mr. Hale.
'Tis hard proof. I find here a puppet. Goody Proctor keeps. I have found it, sir, and in the belly of the puppet a needle stuck. I tell you true, Proctor. I never warranted to see such proof of hell, and I bid you obstruct me not, for I...
Here now. Mary, how did this puppet come into my house?
I think it's my puppet.
And how did it come into this house?
Why, I made it in the court, sir, and...
Now, sir, do you have it?
Mary Warren, a needle have been found inside this puppet.
Why, I meant no harm by it, sir.
You stuck that needle in yourself?
I think I did, sir.
Child, you are certain this is a real memory? Nobody conjures you to say this.
No, sir. I am entirely myself.
Mary.
Ask Susanna Walcott. She saw me selling it in court.
You charge a cold and cruel murder on Abigail.
Murder? I charge no.
Abigail was stabbed tonight. A needle was found stuck into her belly. And she charges me?
Aye.
That girl is a murderer. She must be ripped out of this world.
You heard that, sir. Ripped out of the world, you heard it.
Out with you.
You've ripped the deputy governors.
Damn the deputy governor! Out of my
now,
house!
Proctor.
Get you gone with them. You are a broken minister.
Proctor, if she's innocent,
She is
the
innocent.
court...
Why do you never wonder if Paris be innocent, or Abigail? Is the accuser always holy now? I'll tell you what's walking Salem. Vengeance is walking Salem. We are what we always were, but now the little crazy children are jangling the keys of the kingdom, and common vengeance writes the law. This warrants vengeance. I will not give my wife to vengeance.
I will go, John.
You will not go.
John, I need to go. Mary, there's bread for you in the morning, and you will bake in the afternoon. Help Mr. Proctor. Speak nothing to the children. It will frighten them.
I will fall like an ocean on that court. Fear nothing, Elizabeth.
Out of my sight.
John, tell me, are we lost?
Go home now, Giles. We'll speak on it tomorrow.
Think about it. We'll come early, eh?
Aye, go now, Giles.
Mr. Proctor, very likely they'll let her come home once they've given proper evidence.
You're coming to that court with me, Mary. You will tell it in the court. You will tell how that poppet come here and who stuck the needle in.
She'll kill me for saying that. Abby will charge lechery on you, Mr. Proctor.
She's told you?
I have known it, sir. She'll ruin you with it. I know she will.
Good, then her saintliness is done with. We will side together in our pit. You will tell the court what you know.
I cannot. They'll turn on me.
My wife will never die for me. I will bring your guts into your mouth, but that goodness will not die for me.
Martha Corey, you've been accused of witchery. You were seen reading books of the devil. What have you say?
I deny these accusations.
I have evidence for the court.
Sit down.
You have been hearing lies. Thomas Putnam wants our land. I have
Remove him.
evidence.
How dare you come in here disrupting the court?
They are telling lies about my wife.
Then submit your evidence through an affidavit. Dismissed.
Hello, Mr. Danforth.
Who is this man?
Francis Nurse, Your Excellency.
Ah, welcome, Mr. Nurse. I've heard nothing but good report of your character.
We have proof for you, sir. The girls are frauds. They have deceived you.
This is contempt, sir.
Do you know who I am, Mr. Nurse? I have 400 men and women in jails for my signature alone. I have 72 condemned to hang.
I have never wanted to question your judgment, sir, but you have been deceived.
Mary Warren, why are you here?
She needs to speak with the governor.
Now, who is this man?
John Proctor.
He is mischievous, Your Honor.
I think it is best for you to hear the girl, Your Honor.
What would tell us, Mary Warren?
She has seen no spirits, sir. She has signed a deposition.
I accept no disposition, Mr. Proctor. Have you told this tale in the village?
We have not.
Mr. Proctor, do you know the entire contention of state in these trials is that the voice of heaven is speaking through children? And you, Mary Warren, why did you cry out people sending their spirits at you?
I was pretending, Your Honor.
So the other girls are also pretending?
Yes, sir.
I know very well, Mr. Proctor, that a husband's tenderness towards his wife may drive him to great lengths to protect her. Now, I ask you this. Are you certain that the evidence you have brought is the truth?
It is, sir, and yes, I will. I have truly come to reveal the truth to free my wife.
I feel it is my duty to the court, Your Excellency, to reveal that when we came to get his wife, he damned the court and ripped the warrant. He also plowed on Sunday.
He plow on Sunday?
Yes, Your Honor, because I have 3 children, and until last year, my land gave very little grain.
I've seen marvels in this court, Mr. Proctor. I've seen people being choked by a spirit and stabbed by pins and daggers. I have until this very moment to suspect the children are deceiving me.
Yes, Your Honor, but do you not find it strange that all of the accused previously held such a high reputation?
Your wife claims to be pregnant, sir, but shows no signs. We will keep her for a month, and if she turns out to be pregnant, she will be living for another year. You say your only purpose is to save your wife, so what do you say, sir? Will you drop this charge?
I cannot, sir.
We shall go into open court then.
I am no lawyer, sir, so I will try my best. Will you read this, sir? It is a testament to the goodwill of my wife, Rebecca, and Martha Corey. It is signed by 91 good people, sir. They are all landowners and or people of the church. They have known the accused for many years, and they have no record of dealing with the devil.
The good citizens you mentioned shall be summoned for questioning.
Sir, I have given them my word that no harm would happen to them.
It is not an attack, Mr. Proctor. They have nothing to fear. Mr. Cheever, have a warrant for the 91 names drawn up.
I have brought harm to these people.
You have not hurt these people if they're of good conscience. But you must understand that a person is either with this court or against it. Do you have anything more for us, Mr. Proctor?
He does, sir. Show my disposition.
This is Mr. Corey's deposition.
What lawyer wrote this, Mr. Corey? It is very well written.
I have never hired no lawyer in my life. I have been to court 23 times, sir, and always plaintiff.
Mr. Putnam, I have an accusation by Mr. Corey against you. It states that you forced your daughter Ruth to cry witchery upon good citizens in the community who are now in jail.
Lies! He lies, Your Honor!
He is the one lying.
And do you proof of that, Mr. Corey?
Right there, on the disposition. If Jacob hangs, his property is forfeited, and no one profits but Mr. Putnam.
I need proof, Mr. Corey. Proof!
I have it from an honest man who say it, Your Honor.
And the name of this man?
I cannot say his name, sir. If I do, he will rot in jail.
If you will not say his name, I have to arrest you for contempt of court.
I will cut your throat, Putnam.
Relax, Giles. We will prove ourselves as true.
Say nothing more, John. Danforth wants to hang us all.
This is court, Mr. Corey. I will have respect.
Forgive him, sir. We will prove it all now. This is Mary Warren's deposition, and as you may remember, sir, she was one of the ones who cried witchery. You saw her scream and swear she saw spirits, but she comes to you now and swears she never saw Satan or any spirits. She comes to you now and declares her friends are lying.
Excellency, a moment. I think this goes to the heart of the matter. I cannot say he is an honest man. I know him very little. But in all justice, a claim so weighty cannot be argued by a lone farmer. He needs a lawyer. Sir, we should stop here. Sned him home and let him come again with a lawyer. I have signed 72 death warrants, and I dare not take a life without immaculate proof. This child claims the girls are not truthful, and if they are not...
Mr. Hale, you surely do not doubt my justice. I have 32 years under my belt, and I should be confounded were I called upon to defend these people. We cannot rely on the witch to accuse herself. Therefore, we must rely upon our victims and their testaments. The children need to testify. None will deny that we are eager for their confessions. So my point here is that what is left for the lawyer to bring out?
This child claims the girls are not truthful, and if they are not...
That is exactly what I am about to consider. Mr. Cheever, may you bring the children here?
Yes, sir. Here are the girls, sir. Susanna Walcott, Mercy Lewis, Betty Paris, and Abigail Williams.
Sit down, children. Your friend Mary Warren has given us a deposition that swears that she never saw any spirit or manifestations of the devil. She claims that neither did you. She says you are lying. The Bible upon which the law is written forbid the practice of witchcraft and is punishable by death. But the Bible also damn liars. It may well be that Mary Warren has been conquered by Satan and has been sent here to distract us. But if she speaks true, I bid you now to confess. What have you say, Abigail Williams?
She lies, sir.
A poppet was discovered at Mr. Proctor's house, stabbed by a needle. Mary claims that you sat with her in the court while she made it, and you witnessed her sticking the needle into it for safekeeping.
It is a lie.
Mr. Proctor, this child could murder your wife?
It is not a child, sir. In congregation, she was laughing during prayers.
Laughter?
She was under Tituba's power, sir. She is solemn now.
Quiet. Continue, Mr. Proctor.
Mary, tell the governor how you danced in the woods.
What is this dancing?
Abigail leads the girls in the woods. They were dancing naked.
I never found them naked.
But you discovered them dancing in the woods?
That I cannot deny.
Abigail, is it possible that the spirits you've seen have been an illusion only?
I have been hurt, Mr. Danforth. I have been near to being murdered every day because I have pointed out the devil's work. This is my reward? Being mistrusted and questioned like
I do not mistrust you, child.
Mr. Danforth, beware. You think to be so mighty that the power of the devil may not manifest in you. Beware of it. There is...
What is it, child?
A cold wind has come.
They are pretending.
Oh, Heavenly Father, take away the shadow.
It is a whore.
Man, you dare call heaven a whore?
Not heaven, sir. I have known her. I have known her.
You are a lecher?
A man will not cast away his good name. You know that.
In what place? In what time?
In the proper place, where the beasts are bedded 8 months ago. She served me in my own home. God sees everything. I beg you, sir, see her for what she is. My dear good wife put this girl on the high road, and being what she is, she wants to dance with me on my wife's grave. And she might have, for I thought of her fondly.
Abigail Williams, you deny this?
If I must answer that, I will leave and never come back.
Why would I drag my name in the dirt if it were not true, Mr. Danforth? My wife is innocent.
Mr. Paris, bring out Goody Proctor.
Your Honor, this is a...
Bring her out! Come here, woman. Look at only me, not your husband, only me. We are to understand that you dismiss your servant Abigail Williams?
That is true, sir.
What caused you to dismiss her?
She dissatisfied me and my husband.
Look at me, woman. What disturbance did she cause?
I come to think he fancied her, so one night I lost it and sent her on the high road.
Your husband turned from you?
He is a good man, sir.
Look at me, Goody Proctor. To your knowledge, did John Proctor commit sort of lechery?
No, sir.
Remove her!
Elizabeth, I confessed it.
Excellency, it is natural to lie in such circumstances. I believe him. I pray you call back his wife before we...
She spoke nothing of lechery. Mr. Proctor has lied.
Begone! Begone, I say!
What is it?
It's on the beam, behind the rafter. Oh, Mary, this is black art to change your shape.
They are pretending, Mr. Danforth.
I'm here, Abby.
Oh, please, Mary, don't come down.
I am not hurting her. She sees nothing.
She sees nothing.
Abby, you mustn't.
Abby, you mustn't.
I'm here. I'm here.
Tell them the truth, Mary. God damns liars.
You are the devil's man.
Mary!
You are property of the devil.
Mary!
He bid you to the devil?
He come to me at night to sign my name. He says I'll murder you if my wife hangs.
Mary! Mary!
What are you, Proctor? You are combined with Antichrist? Have I seen your power? You will not deny it. Will you confess yourself, or do you keep allegiance with the devil? What do you say?
I say God is dead, a fire burning. I hear the boot of Lucifer. I see his filthy face. It is my face and yours, Danforth. God damns our kind, especially, and we will burn together.
Marshal, take him, and Corey to jail.
I denounce these proceedings. I quit this court.
Tituba, sentenced to hang. Bridget Bishop, sentenced to hang. Goody Osborne, sentenced to hang. Goody Bibber, sentenced to hang. Goody Booth, sentenced to hang. Isaac Ward, sentenced to hang.
Devil, take me home. Devil, take me home.
Good morning, Excellency. Mr. Hawthorne? Mr. Cheever?
Where's Paris? He wants to meet me.
I will fetch him.
Hale has no right being in here.
He'd bring Rebecca Nurse back to God.
He bids her to confess?
But it is not why I summoned you.
Then what is it, sir?
My niece, Abigail Williams. She has vanished with Mercy Lewis. I think they went aboard a ship. I also think they were the ones that robbed me. I have not a penny left. Do not blame me, Excellency. Abigail learned about the rebellion in Andover.
There is no rebellion in Andover.
What I have heard is that they threw out the court and they take no part in accusations of witchery. I fear there will be a riot here. Sir, the previous hangings are nothing like the ones now. Rebecca Nurse and John Proctor are respected members of the community. These people still have great weight in the community. I would postpone these hangings for now, Your Excellency. Let them confess.
Now hear me. I will not take no plea for pardon or postponement. 12 have already been executed, and if it is fear that drives you, I will let you know that I will hang thousands if they dare to rise against the law. Now act like men and help me as you are bound by heaven just like me. Have you spoken with all of them?
Everyone but Proctor.
Is Goody Proctor well along with child?
She is, sir.
Mr. Paris, will the presence of John Proctor's wife soften him up to confess?
It is possible, sir. He has not seen her in a while now.
Cheever. Welcome, Goody Proctor. I hope you are well.
I am. I am 3 months pregnant.
We do not come for your life, Goody Proctor. Mr. Hale, speak to the woman.
Goody Proctor, as you well know, your husband is to hang this morning. I have no connection with this court. I want to save your husband's life, for if he is hung, I would find myself the murderer. For this case is based on a lie, and he is innocent. Will you try to have him plead in the name of God to save his life?
I think this be the devil's argument.
Is there no wifely tenderness within you, Goody Proctor? He will die at sunrise. Do you understand? Has the devil dried up any tear of pity?
I will speak to him, Excellency. John.
The child?
It is well. The boys are with Rebecca's husband. They want me to get you to confess, John.
Rebecca and Giles?
Rebecca have not. And Giles?
Giles was put to death with great stones on his chest. His wife has also yet to confess.
I've been thinking I would confess to them. What do you say, Elizabeth?
I want you alive, John.
It is fraud for me to live. I have broken my honesty and I'm not a good man.
You have not confessed yet, John. That speaks goodness in you. Do what you will, John, but let no one be your judge but God himself.
Have you decided to confess, John?
I want my life. It is evil to lie upon God, Elizabeth. It is evil. Would you ever give such a lie, Elizabeth?
John!
You wouldn't. It is evil, and I do it.
Praise God, John. You should be blessed in heaven for this. Are you ready, Mr. Cheever?
Yes, ink, pen, and paper in hand.
Why must it be written?
For the good of the village, John. It will be posted on the church door. Now will you speak slowly and precisely? Mr. Proctor, have you seen the devil in your life?
Yes, I did.
When the devil came to you, did you see Rebecca Nurse in his company?
No.
Did you see Martha Corey, Mary Easty?
No, I did not.
Did you ever see anyone with the devil?
No, I did not.
I think you mistake me for a fool. Tell me the person who conspired with you in the devil's company.
I speak only of my own sins. I do not judge another.
Excellency, he has convicted himself. Is that not enough?
Sign your testimony then, sir. Give it to him, Mr. Cheever.
You all have witnessed me say it.
There is no confession without a signature. The paper, John.
You have all witnessed the signature. It is done. No need for anything else.
The village must have proof that...
Damn the village!
Do you mean to deny this
I mean to
confession,
deny
sir?
nothing.
Then explain to me why.
Because it is my name and may have no other. Because I lie and I cannot sign my name to lies. How may I live without my name? I have given you my soul. Leave me with my name.
Marshal!
You must know that you will be hanged without a confession. You cannot!
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.